Best of r/entitled parents episode 66. This is my friend's story. My friend used to be in a different scout troop than he is now. He hated this troop but left because of this incident. Also in on mobile and English is my first language. Plus, I don't know any dialwage. EP, guess who? SM, Scoutmaster, the adult leader of a troop. F, my friend. G, my friend's friend, let's call him George. EK, bully. Essentially, every meeting G would be bullied by EK, constantly harassed and made fun of. Unfortunately, EK's parents were the head of the punishment in the troop. When G reported it to the SM with tons of footage, voice recordings and witnesses, the EPs decided to give G a 2-month suspension instead of EK, just because he was their son, even though it was clear that EK had been bullying him. How messed up is that? Anyway, SM talked one-on-one with G about it, even though that's only supposed to happen for Scoutmaster conferences, about how G bullied EK. This event was witnessed by F and was the last straw for F. F joined the other troop, which is actually a fair troop. Edit, F is u/Isopanda. Thank you. Next. So, this happened over the course of 2 weeks. The latest encounter with EM being yesterday. TL. Doctor in title. Everyone involved. Me, OP, my dad, friend, nice officer, and finally, EM, fat whale. So I was going home after another training night at my local air cadet squadron. The parking lot was covered in ice and I was going slowly looking down, making sure I don't slip in the ice and ruin my uniform. In comes EM. She comes into the parking lot really fast, and by the time I look up, she's right in front of me. She almost runs me over but I managed to jump out of the way. I was okay but the uniform I spent hours ironing and making sure was up to standard was ruined. Needless to say, I was mad. It also sucked that no one saw this happen and the conversation that followed was not that loud so people that saw us talking just ignored it. I got up and saw my dad coming over angrily. EM got out of her car and stormed over to me screaming, "You should have been looking where you were going and WTF is wrong with you little shitty." My dad who was waiting in his car came over and started quickly made sure I was okay. He then said you came into the parking lot at 60 km/h and you're telling my kid to be careful? There are lots of other people here and you could hit someone. Are you out of your mind? You need to shut up about us being careful. EM says well, I'm late for a party and I need to pick up my kid before going there and I'm running late. So, you can go to hell. My dad looked at her in the maddest face I've ever seen him make and just said, you could have killed someone. What do you not understand? I quietly told my dad that I don't really want any trouble, just let it go, she won't do it again. We left thinking that it was over, but boy was I wrong. The next week I was leaving again and making sure to stay near the cars so I don't have to encounter the EM again. But guess what? The EM comes in again speeding, sees me and comes straight at me, on purpose. I jump out of the way again, ruining the uniform I spent a lot of time fixing. Now, I'm really mad. Unfortunately, my dad wasn't there yet, but thankfully one of my friends saw and came to my aid. He helped me up. The EM didn't even get out of her car. She reversed back, rolled down her window and yelled at me to be more careful. I was done. I got up, gave her the middle finger and quickly went back into the building so I could tell one of the officers there. I found one and told her what happened. She told me to stay inside and called the police. I called my dad and told him what happened and he told me he is almost there. The dumb EM was still waiting for her kid when the police arrived. When this happened, her first instinct was to drive away. She managed to crash into a pole and almost hit another car. The police got to her, arrested her, then talked to me and my dad and all the witnesses including my friend. In the end, the EM's husband took their kid home. I know him and he is a super nice person. I felt bad that he got this whale as a mother, while she was taken by the police. We were asked if we wanted to press charges, but my dad and I decided against it because we didn't really want to deal with it, and also didn't want to ruin the kid's or husband's life because they were both awesome people. I'm still mad but I guess I can forgive her. Maybe. Edit. To all of you saying I should press charges, she already had warrants for her arrest which might give her jail time, and me pressing charges would just make it worse. As much as she deserves it, I don't think I could live with the guilt that I just made someone's jail sentence longer. Edit again. I talked to my dad about pressing charges and he said him and my mom will make a decision. I will give an update if that happens. Thank you. Next. Does it bother anybody else when people use mental disabilities as an excuse? E.g. kid running around shoving other kids over. Me. Sucks when kids are being rough. E.m. Oh, my child is on the spectrum. Me. Oh, fair enough. When were they diagnosed? E.m. They haven't been. I just know they are. I don't need to see anyone about it. Me. Shocked look. E.m. How dare you judge me? It's so hard. My baby needs to be coddled with no rules to survive. Before I get shot, I have nothing against children that are different. My son is also autistic with a proper diagnosis but also has rules and isn't allowed to push other children. I know a few mothers who use home diagnosed autism/ADHD as a reason for their kids' behavior and it bothers me. Thank you. Next. I take my little cousins to gymnastics every Wednesday. I have since October. Recently, 2 moms have signed their kids up for classes, and their sons sit and wait at tables while they talk to other moms. There is 5 little boys who usually sit at these tables, but they were playing when I got there. Today I got my cousins to gymnastics, got them all dressed and sent them to their class. I set my stuff down at an empty table, sat down, and my cousin ran up to me because her ponytail was falling out. So I got up and grabbed another ponytail to make sure it stayed tight. While I'm up, one little boy had occupied the table. There's 4 chairs, so I sat across from him and played on my phone. This EM comes up to me and taps my shoulder and says, "Excuse me, but my son is sitting at this table." I looked at her funny and she stared at me, then said, "So you need to get up." I asked her why, and she said it's weird that a grown woman wants to sit next to my 11-year-old so bad. Me. It's a table. I wasn't even talking to him. EM. What are you? 20. You should not be sitting next to a little boy. Pedophiles do that. Me. If you have an issue, go talk to the front desk. I am not moving. EM goes and talks to the front desk lady, who basically tells her if I am not harassing or endangering someone, I am not doing anything wrong, and don't have to move. She grabbed her son and gave me a dirty look and moved across the room. Thank you. Next. Okay, I officially hate the start of my year since 1 EM situation's already happened and now it's 2 players. EM. Some cunt kid who didn't do anything tbh me. Okay, I'm used to being alone in our house, since I can cook for myself. And nobody asks why I am alone because most of the people in my neighborhood know who I am after an incident of an M back in 2017 had happened. Not gonna tell you because I am not allowed to post anything about it here or anywhere else. Then there was a new couple who moved here to our neighborhood, and then as soon as they moved in, the mom immediately asked where my parents were, and as my usual reply I said, "Oh, I am the only one here ATM." So then here's when it got bad. EM. What do you mean they're not here? Me. They're at work. EM. So they left a child at home alone? Me. Mom, I am basically 15 at this point. EM. Stop lying about your age, little boy. Me, who's already just about to close the door. Well, okay then. That's on you to believe that. Good day. EM. Immediately tries to get in. I am not leaving a child alone in a house. Stop right now. Me. Mom, this is my property. You need to leave. EM. Oh, so baby here knows big words, don't they? Me. Leave or I'll call someone who can deal with you instead of me. And you're lucky it isn't me. EM. EK. Come here. We're watching over a little boy today. EK is 12 and literally is just annoying AF. Me. Get out or I'll call the police. EM. They're not gonna believe the silly words of a kid. Me. Your son is the kid here. EM. He's 12 and you're like 8. He's older so he can boss you around. Me. Mom, I am 14. I am twice the age of your son. Leave now. EM. Keeps trying to get in. Let me in, you brat. Me. You know what, I am just gonna go back inside. I went inside and after hours of doorbells ringing she finally left. So I invited friends over. I asked my parents and they gave me permission. And we went on and play Mobile Legends, Modern Warfare, COD Mobile. Then all the while I can see through my blinds EM staring at our window. Then the next day my friends go home and I just go do my usual things. TL. Doctor. EM went batshit on me. thinking she has the right to enter the house, stares at me through a window like a creep. Thank you. Next. Long time lurker. First post here. Yada yada. So I just heard this from my dad, so I wasn't there. Extra info. In Australia, we have this place called Oporto which has tropical kind of food. Don't quote me on that. I am not sure if Oporto is anywhere else. Meet the cast. My dad. Duh. C. Cashier. M. Manager. O. Owner. EM. Duh. The EM's kid was with her, but didn't do anything. On to the story. So my dad was in line waiting to order, when EM and her kid walk in, and she was not happy, and here is what went down. EM. I'm not happy. C. I'm sorry mom, but I have to take this person's order. EM. Let me talk to your manager. At this point, my dad could see the C die inside. C. Okay, but I have to finish taking this person's order. EM. Let me talk to your manager. My dad. It's okay, you can go get your manager. I can wait. C gets the manager. M. To EM. What is the problem mom? EM. There is too much chili sauce on my burger. M. Okay, give me one moment. M then proceeds to throw the burger in the bin, and makes EM a new one with extras. EM. Why did you throw that away? M. There was something wrong with it, according to you. EM. But I want that one too. M goes to get the owner out of the blue. Oh, is this the burger that you originally got? EM. Yes. Give it back. My dad. I work in the food industry and it is against the health regulations to do so. This was a lie. He is a landscaper, but somehow knows that. M is fuming, as she paid for extra chili sauce, and then she was complaining it was too much. Oh, mom, you paid for extra chili sauce. EM. Yes, extra, but not the whole bottle. Oh, mom, you are causing a disturbance. I am going to ask you to leave the premises. EM. Walking out. All of you are wasting your time here. Get out of here. Then the Karen was never to be seen again. Edit. I'm seeing a lot of confusion in the comments about what Oporto is, and can I say that I really haven't been to Oporto that much. I really should have put that in before. Thank you. Next. This was a brief, but hilarious encounter, in my opinion. This past Saturday, I went to a shopping mall that I wasn't used to going. There's a closer one to where I live, but I've been there so many times, it's gotten stale. So I decided to head to another one, and decided to check the clothing stores they had. After checking at least 5 stores without seeing anything I liked, I finally found something I did like, and that's when the encounter happens. This also includes a petty revenge at the end. Cast. EM. Entitled mother. EK. Entitled kid. Me. A petty asshole. So, I saw a cool shirt that I really liked. It was a black shirt with many of the MCU characters in front, with Thanos' big ass head above them all, looking down on them like the smug asshole he is. Best villain in the MCU. So, I picked it up, and since it was all nice and folded, I opened it to see the extent of the contents, and when I nodded to myself about how cool it was, the shirt went flying out of my hands, and to my left, I see EK grinning at me like a smug motherfucker, and EM behind him, staring daggers at me. Obviously, I wasn't gonna let her stare at me for too long. Me, what the fuck was that for? EM, my son liked that shirt, because he's a HUUUG. Yes, she actually stretched the word, Marvel fan, and you're a bearded man. You shouldn't even like superhero movies at your age. Me, it doesn't matter if I liked fucking Twilight, which I don't, just wanna drop this one out here. Never saw it, ever will. That doesn't give you the right to snatch clothes off other people. EK, I don't see your name on this shirt, and you didn't even buy it, so suck it, loser. Me, nice language, kid. I look at EM, did you teach him that? EM, fuck off, you prick. Let's go, insert EK's name. Let this weirdo buy kids' stuff. EK, flips me the bird. Well, that was interesting. I don't even know why they decided to snatch it off me, since there were dozens of shirts just like that. And if you're all wondering, my shirt size was L. It was perfect since it wasn't too tight, or too large. I'm not overweight, I just like a comfortable shirt, and since it wasn't too large, It wouldn't make me look like I was, and EK was actually overweight. He looked like 14, and I'm 21, turning 22 in April if you're wondering. Which you're probably not. Okay, kinda getting off topic here. Anyways, I continue to browse through the store to see something I like, and I see EM and EK browsing through some clothes and I hear EK telling his mom he found another shirt he'd liked. But when EM saw the price, she instantly gasped and refused to buy the shirt, and EK complained, but EM wouldn't budge. Well, at least she wasn't completely spoiling the kid, so, there's that, I guess. When I saw that, my petty sides instincts kicked in, and I walked over to them and I admit, I was walking with a big ass smug grin on my face. I'm sorry, but also not sorry, and decided to grab the shirt for myself. Me, wow, this is a nice shirt. I look at the price, oof, it's a bit expensive. Do it. I like it enough that I'm willing to pay. EK, hey, I wanted that shirt. It's mine. Me, I'm sorry, is your name on this shirt? Did you pay for it already? Nope. Well, it's not yours. Well, I got everything I wanted. It was a pleasure talking to you, but I gotta run. See you again never, assholes. EM just stared at me like I had just kicked a puppy or something, but I didn't care. While I was waiting in line, I looked back to see EM and EK at the back of the line, with EM staring daggers at me again, and EK just flipping me the bird. When my turn to pay came, I handed the shirts to the cashier, and I loudly commented on how awesome the shirt that EM couldn't afford was, and couldn't wait to wear it outside. I didn't sound smug, but actually rather shy, because I didn't want others to think I was bragging, and I wasn't talking that loud, but loud enough for EM to hear. I thanked the cashier, and when mine and EM's eyes locked again, I just rocked the bag with the shirt on and just winked at her, and her cheeks just puffed out of anger. This was the encounter. Man, I don't know about the rest of you, but when I see shit like this, I just have an overwhelming urge to act all petty and ashly, is that an actual term? And just rub it in nice and good in the faces of people like EM and EK. I'm beginning to think I have some issues with being vindictive. I dunno. Shrugs. TL. Doctor, EM and EK snatch a shirt I liked, couldn't afford another, more expensive shirt, and I buy the aforementioned shirt for myself as a nice way of petty revenge. Edit. For the people asking for the Venom shirt that EK wanted, but couldn't afford. Well, here's the shirt. I fucking love it. https://imga.com/gallery/npic